Yes, Stuart, if I can.
Yeah, go ahead. Sure.
Is the activation of the central channel a condition for growth in this technique? If so, what can, besides open eyes with you, help develop it?
Well, the fundamental exercise has to do with getting centered at the core of your being. And the only reason we do open eye meditation, not because it centers ourselves or the eyes are a channel through which energy flows. And when I work with each and every person in the class, I transmit Shakti and it goes into your chakra system through the eyes. So that's the reason we have open eye meditation. And there are other reasons, but that's the main reason. And by keeping your attention throughout the meditation focused in the chakra just below the navel, by feeling gratitude in the heart, the mind will get relaxed, the heart will open. With the experience of gratitude and love, you will be balanced inside. And the whole purpose of this meditation is over time, by doing this, we build a system that enables us to live like this every day, whether we're meditating or we're not meditating, whatever we're doing during the day. We are centered. We have built and developed that kind of system inside ourselves. So, the open eye meditation is important because we all need nourishment. We need energy. And that's how the system of a human being receives the energy in this meditation through the eyes. But if you're not centered inside, if your heart isn't open, then the energy will flow. It's like water going right past a rock. The interior life of a human being doesn't absorb the energy. So as I say all the time, it's like a covenant between us and a higher force. We have to do the work. It doesn't just happen. We have to learn how to get centered in that chakra. We have to build a chakra system that's strong enough for us to do this. And that is our responsibility as human beings. And once that system starts developing in a person, they're capable of absorbing the Shakti, the energy, which then helps to deeply develop a chakra system that will enable a person to connect with higher energy in the universe. I'm sure there are other ways of doing this, and when I was younger, I did many different types of meditation. And for my purposes then, none of them really worked for me until I met my teacher. And when I learned his meditation practice, I began to see it work. And I just stopped doing the other. I said, well, I have finally found something that really works, something that will help me build the kind of system I need to build in myself to be able to, first of all, even function in the world, to live in the world, to become a happy person, to have joy in one's life. And secondly, through developing that kind of system, you connect with higher energy in the universe. And you are continuously being nurtured, not only during meditation, but all day. And I'm sure, I can't be doing the only person in the world teaching people how to connect with spirit. There's got to be other techniques and other ways. And my situation is when I found this meditation, I had never done anything that worked like it before and worked as profoundly as it works. So I just continue to do it, and I continue to do it to this day. Does anyone else have a question?
Yes, Stuart, please, could you go through the breathing exercise again? Double breathing exercise. Yeah.
The first step in the double breathing exercise is you bring the focal point of your attention to the chakra that's right below the navel. And as I always tell people, the mind is one of the most powerful instruments we have. It's, it also creates an enormous amount of tension in people because there's no discipline and no capacity to use that energy to open us inside ourselves. So the first step is to bring the attention to the chakra below the navel. Ask deeply for help to open, to surrender, grow spiritually. And you'll begin to feel that chakra begins to open. It's like a lotus flower inside. It begins to just flourish, open inside us. The next step is to open the heart. Quickest way to open the human heart is gratitude. Without gratitude, forget about it, That is the most instant and quickest way to open the heart center. And with the feeling of gratitude, with the mind focused below the navel, you then take a simple breath through your nostrils into the center of the chest. You hold the breath for about 10 seconds. And while you're holding the breath, you swallow a little saliva to relax the throat muscles. And then after approximately 10 seconds, you exhale a little bit of the air, stop, you wait a few seconds, and you continue to exhale until you're comfortable. Then you immediately take another deep breath and you bring all the air down to the chakra below the navel. The mind is there, the breath is there, and you ask deeply for help to open, to surrender, to grow spiritual. And after approximately 10 seconds, you exhale a little bit of the air, you stop, you wait a few seconds, and you continue to exhale until you're comfortable. Then you breathe naturally. But throughout the entire meditation, it's essential to keep your attention in the chakra below the navel. Because once the mind leaves that area, the whole system of a human being just goes right off balance. You start thinking and daydreaming and get emotional and all of that stuff that truly consumes our energy and doesn't allow us to grow spiritually. Now you do the breathing exercise maybe 6, 8 times in class, maybe less. Sometimes in a class I'll do it once and it's so open that because that higher energy will do more than even the breathe. Luke, you got to sit still, it's really important. That energy of a higher nature will come into your system and it'll do more to keep you open and strengthen you inside. So the whole purpose of the exercise is to get open so that we can receive the Shakti, the higher energy that can truly nurture us and help us to grow in our lives. Now the class is done with the eyes open. Not many meditation classes are done that way, but there's a couple of reasons for that. The first one, when the eyes are closed, we virtually cut ourselves off from life. And the whole point of this is to be in the world and to be centered inside ourselves at exactly the same time. To be able to draw on the power of chi while we live our life every day, so that every single stupid thing that happens in the world doesn't throw us off balance. And that's one reason. The second reason is that I work with each and every person through the eyes, and I transmit the Shakti and channel the Shakti, and it'll go into you through the eyes. and then it'll move into the chakra system, and it acts as it's a very deep and real way to strengthen the inner being of a person, to receive that spiritual nourishment, and it comes into us through the eyes. That's the exercise, exactly as I learned it from Rudy, and as exactly as I've been doing it for years. Now, about the breathing, you can do one double breath in a class, you can do 10. It all depends upon your need. It all depends upon, your need to, if you're not open, then you just relax inside, you get centered, and you do the double breathing exercise. But if you just breathe into a chakra and you're not open there, it's going to make the chakra tighter. So gratitude opens the heart. Having the mind focused below the navel opens that chakra. Swallowing will relax the throat and open the throat chakra. The mind being below the navel means that the mind is going to be quiet, and it can begin to receive knowledge, wisdom directly from the source of energy in the universe. Does anyone else have a question?
Thank you, Stuart.
Welcome. Does anyone else have a question? Okay, if there are no more questions, then there'll be meditation tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, on Tuesday. There'll be meditation. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. God bless you all. Happy Mother's Day again. Really wonderful mothers. It's a day of unconditional love to raise a child. One of the hardest things in the world to do. So God bless you all. Thank you. And there'll be meditation on Tuesday.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart.
You.
Thank you.
Thank you.